We're back with another video regarding the anime that are coming out in summer of 2023 anime season. We're like 5 weeks away, so it's about that time. But this video is going to focus on only the Isekai anime that are coming out. And let me tell you, one of them is absolutely wild. Like, you're not even gonna guess what this one is about, so make sure to check that one out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start the list with My Unique Skill Makes Me OP Even at Level 1. This Isekai follows Ryota, who finds himself transported into a dungeon in another world, where he learns his stats are all rank F, absolutely the worst possible ranking you can get. But he also learns that he's also stuck at level 1. He cannot get more experience to get to level 2. And lastly, he also finds out that he has the most broken unique skill in the world. Now, this skill essentially allows him to get S level drops from all the monsters, which of course, if you can get the best drops from all the monsters in a world where the economy essentially focuses around all the different drops from different monsters, because everything in this world has to come from a monster, you can already tell that this one is going to be a little wild. Now, I don't know if this is going to be focused on like battling and stuff like that, because again, the main character only seems to have the unique skill where he's OP when it comes to drops, so maybe it'll focus more around his party members for you know, going out into dungeons and killing all these different monsters. But hey, it kind of reminds me of an MMORPG where you kind of go out into dungeons and you find loot and stuff like that. And you know, I have played games where you actually have to get, you know, your magic item finding to a high level in order to get some really good loot. So there's something I can relate to, because I do like playing games like, you know, like Diablo, Path of Exile, where, you know, it focuses on the loot. So I'm definitely gonna be checking this one out, but let me know if you are in the comments down below. Now, this next isekai, I really couldn't find too much information on, aside from, you know, reading the source material, but it's called Am I Actually the Strongest? It follows Reinhardt, who was abandoned as a baby because his noble family, of course, thought that he was useless and didn't have a powerful magic or a lot of magic. And of course, that's probably the biggest mistake that they could have made, because it turns out that Reinhardt, after being reincarnated into this world as a baby, he's OP. He's probably, you know, as the title suggests, is he actually the strongest? I'm gonna go ahead and say yes, but I could be wrong. Again, I haven't read the source material. I really couldn't find a trailer or anything like that, so this is just gonna be short because there's not really too much to show on this one. But if you have read the light novels or the manga or anything alike, definitely let us know in the comments what you think about it, because as far as I go, yeah, I'm completely ignorant when it comes to this anime that's coming out in summer. Now, moving on to the other isekai that's coming out, it's called The Great Cleric. This one follows a character who essentially died after getting a promotion, and he gets reincarnated into this world, and he vows to not die a brutal death like he did before. Instead, he wants to live into an old age, and of course, the way he decides to do that is by becoming a healer. Now, I gotta tell you, I don't know if this person ever played like an MMORPG, but usually the healer is the second most person that gets the most aggro when it comes into like dungeons and stuff like that. So I don't know if this anime is actually going to go that route. You know, for all we know, he's gonna become like a doctor in a town. But what it seems like, you know, there's some people that are really hurt, because in this fantasy world, you know, people are fighting monsters, and of course they're going to need healers. And I guess this anime is going to be focusing more on how hard it is to become a healer and learn all the different magics. So it could have some pretty good world building. We're gonna have to wait and see. Again, when it comes to the isekai genre, it's a hit or miss when it comes to world building and having like a top tier isekai. We are getting a top tier isekai this season, so yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that one. But is The Great Cleric gonna be one of those? Who knows? I'm gonna check episode 1 out and go from there. But like always, make sure to let me know if you're gonna be checking this one out. This next isekai is called Sweet Reincarnation. And now it's called Sweet Reincarnation because it is about sweets. This is one of those gourmet slice of life isekai where it's not about the battles and the big explosions. It's more about a character that died in our world, gets reincarnated into another, and he uses his skills that he had in the previous world to essentially, you know, improve this world. And in this case, it's gonna be all about pastries, you know, cakes, sweets, and stuff like that. I mean, the main character's name is literally pastry. That's a little ironic. But yes, this character, he's an expert. He's an expert chef when it comes to baking all these different pastries and cakes. And he takes that skill into this new world. And, you know, he wants to make the world a better place through his craft. So, again, it's not going to be focusing about battles or anything like that. There's going to be a little bit of world building, maybe politics and stuff like that. But the main focus is definitely going to be all these different cakes and pastries. So I'm expecting this anime to really have some really gorgeous food. Because let's be real, if that's going to be like like the main focus of the anime and their food doesn't look 10 out of 10, makes you want to eat it right out of the screen, it's probably going to be a miss. Now, this kind of reminds me of Ascendance of a Bookworm. This is one of those isekais that I really recommend because it really is good, right? It doesn't deal with battles or anything like that. Instead, it focuses on the main character improving the world using the technology and the knowledge that she had from our previous world. This is kind of like the same thing, but instead of being, books, this one is more about cakes. So there you go. Let me know if you're going to be checking this one out like me. I'm going to be doing one episode and go from there. If episode 1 catches my interest, then we're going to keep watching. But we're going to find out. Now, this next anime is definitely the crazy meme-worthy isekai of the season. This one is called Reborn as a Vending Machine, so now I wander the dungeon. Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. Dude gets reincarnated as a vending machine. Really, the only reason I'm interested in this anime is because how are they going to make a story about a dude getting reincarnated as a vending machine? Like, he can't really communicate because he can only use like what was programmed as a response on the vending machine, like, like thank you and stuff like that. And aside from that, we are going to be listening to like his inner dialogues about, what he's thinking of the situation at hand. And then of course, after that, he's just being carried around by this female character, which I'm guessing there is going to be a little bit of fan service. I don't know if the fan service on this one is going to be absolutely wild, but they did show a little bit, nothing crazy like we haven't seen before when it comes to anime. But yeah, I'm only curious about this one because of how crazy it sounds. Imagine getting reincarnated as a vending machine. Ridiculous. I don't know how they're gonna make this one work, but I'm here for it. Now, this next isekai is definitely the top tier isekai of the season. Mushoku Tensei, it doesn't need an introduction. This one everybody should know. It's one of those isekai that, when you start talking about what are the best isekai out there, Mushoku Tensei is definitely going to be sitting at that table because it is definitely a top tier isekai. And if you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out because you do not want to miss out on season 2 when it starts airing in July. Now, a lot of people are probably going to be hating on Mushoku Tensei because of Rudy and all the stuff that he does, but let's be real. If that bothers you, then you're probably going to have a big issue when it comes to anime because a lot of anime, they have a character like Rudy. I mean, you can go back all the way back to like Dragon Ball and Master Roshi. You can go back to Naruto and Jiraiya. You can literally see this in almost every single shonen because it's just a part of anime. So if that bothers you, yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Anime is not for you. Of course, you don't have to like it because, I mean, let's be real. It's weird. Like Rudy, all the stuff that he does is weird, but that's part of consuming anime. You are going to get into situations where it's weird. But yeah, those are the isekai that are coming out in July of 2023. Let me know if you're going to be checking any of these out. I am for sure 100% going to be watching Mushoku Tensei. Best isekai, of course. Top one of the isekai genre. It definitely is my favorite isekai. And then, of course, I might be checking some of these other ones out. I'm not sure yet. Probably just see episode 1 and go from there. But I feel like this season, when it comes to isekai, we're not really getting a strong lineup. We're only getting one that's top tier. The rest, we'll have to wait and see. But let me know in the comments down below if you're going to be watching. And like always, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode. Peace out. Boom.